Get ready to explore some of the most diverse, historic and awe-inspiring places on Earth. Because today we're diving into all the countries that start with the letter E. From the birthplace of civilization in Egypt to the digital brilliance of Estonia, and from Ecuador's equatorial wonders to the untouched nature of Equatorial Guinea and Eswatini, each country tells a story that's deeply rooted in culture, resilience and beauty. Welcome to the Ecuador, a country where you can stand on the actual equator, climb up volcanoes, explore jungles in the Amazon and even snorkel with sea lions all in one trip. It's small, but it's packed with different things to see and do. Ecuador is one of South America's most exciting places to visit. Let's explore its history, culture and everything it offers travelers today. Ecuador's history in the 1900s is a mix of political ups and downs. Indigenous people finding their voice and trying to grow in a way that's good for the planet. For a good chunk of the 1900s, Ecuador had loads of military takeovers, dictators, and short periods of democracy. When they found oil in the 1970s, the economy boomed, but it also caused problems for the environment and made some people richer than others. Since becoming a democracy again in 1979, Ecuador has changed a lot. In the 1990s and 2000s, indigenous groups became more powerful, fighting for their land and protecting the environment. Lately, Ecuador has been spending money on better roads, schools and ecotourism, especially in the Amazon and the Galapagos Islands. Now Ecuador is a top spot for seeing amazing plants and animals, a favorite for adventurous travelers, and it's getting more attention worldwide. Ecuador is one of the most diverse countries on Earth. Here's where to go: the Galapagos Islands. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is where Charles Darwin figured out evolution, and it's still one of the best places in the world to see wildlife. Quito. At almost 3,000 meters above sea level, Quito is one of the highest capital cities in the world, famous for its beautifully preserved old town. Banos de Agua Santa is brilliant for thrill seekers, with hot springs and stunning mountain views. Cuenca is another UNESCO city full of colonial buildings, museums and a lively expat scene. The Amazon. In eastern Ecuador you can paddle through the rainforest, spot monkeys and toucans and stay in eco-lodges run by local communities. The Andes. Trek the Quilotoa Loop or climb Cotopaxi, one of the world's highest active volcanoes. Ecuador being on the equator means there aren't really any seasons, but the weather changes depending on where you are. The Andes, mild all year round, with chilly nights and rainy afternoons from October to May. The Amazon, hot and humid all year with more rain from April to July. The coast warm and sunny from December to May, the best time for beaches and snorkeling. For wildlife and good weather, visit the Galapagos from December to May and the Andes from June to September. Ecuador is easy to travel around, good value for money and full of surprises. Here's what you need to know. They use US dollars in Ecuador. Carry small bills. 1s and 5s are most useful. Credit cards are fine in cities, but you'll need cash in the countryside and for transport. Budget hostels are around $10 to $25 a night, mid-range hotels $30 to $60, and fancy lodges or Galapagos cruises start at $150 a night. Street food is usually $2 to $5, while a meal in a mid-range restaurant will be $10 to $20 each. City buses are just 25 cents, and long-distance buses cost between $5 and $20 depending on how far you're going. They speak Spanish, but lots of people in tourism speak English too, especially in the bigger cities and on the islands. Learning a few Spanish phrases will help you chat to locals and make your trip even better. So that's our trip through Ecuador, a place where volcanoes, rainforests, coastlines and islands all come together. Whether you're chasing waterfalls, looking for wildlife or hiking in the Andes, Ecuador is a trip you won't forget. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more country explorations. Welcome to Egypt, a land of pharaohs, pyramids, and one of the oldest civilizations on Earth. But Egypt isn't just ancient history. From its vibrant cities to Red Sea resorts, Egypt is full of life, mystery, and adventure. Let's explore its incredible journey through the 20th century and beyond. and why it should be on your travel radar today. Egypt's modern story is one of revolution, reform and rebirth. At the start of the 20th century, Egypt was under British control, though it remained a monarchy. Widespread protests and nationalist movements led to the 1952 revolution, when King Farouk was overthrown and Egypt became a republic. Under President Nasser, Egypt nationalized the Suez Canal, pursued socialist reforms and became a regional power. This era also saw wars with Israel, including the Six-Day War and the Yom Kippur War. In 1979, Egypt became the first Arab country to sign peace with Israel, reshaping Middle Eastern diplomacy. The country moved toward a market economy, attracting tourism and foreign investment. In 2011, the Arab Spring led to the ousting of President Hosni Mubarak after 30 years in power. After years of political transition, Egypt has worked to stabilize and rebuild, with large-scale infrastructure and tourism revival projects. Few countries offer as much historical and natural variety as Egypt. The only surviving wonder of the ancient world, the pyramids of Giza continue to awe visitors from around the globe. Cairo is a city that never sleeps, where ancient meets modern in a swirl of energy, history and flavor. Luxor is often called the world's greatest open-air museum, home to Karnak Temple and the tomb of Tutankhamun. Further south, Aswan offers a quieter experience, and Abu Simbel is an unforgettable feat of ancient engineering. Once home to the Great Library, Alexandria today is a seaside blend of Greek, Roman and Egyptian influences. Egypt's Red Sea coast is a top destination for diving, snorkeling and luxury resorts. Egypt has a desert climate, offering sun almost all year long. Travel between November and March for the best mix of comfortable weather and fewer crowds. The official currency is the Egyptian pound, or EGP. As of 2025, $1 is approximately 48 Egyptian pounds. Cash is widely used, though cards are accepted in hotels and major shops. Tipping or baksheesh is expected for many services, so keep small change handy. Arabic is the official language, but English is commonly spoken in tourism and business settings. That's our journey through Egypt, a land where history whispers through tombs, temples and deserts, and where modern life thrives beside ancient monuments. Whether you're a history buff, a beach lover, or an adventurer, Egypt offers an unforgettable experience. Like the video and subscribe for more country explorations. Hey everyone, and welcome to El Salvador. It's the smallest country in Central America, but don't let that fool you. This place is bursting with energy. It's called the Land of Volcanoes, and it's becoming super popular for its cool culture, awesome landscapes, and amazing surfing. Let's check it out. El Salvador had some tough times in the 1900s with political problems and a civil war. But guess what? It's bouncing back in a big way. For a long time in the 1900s, El Salvador was ruled by the military. Things weren't fair for a lot of people. Then, in 1980, a civil war started that lasted 12 years. Over 75,000 people died. Finally, in 1992, the war ended, and El Salvador started to become a democracy. After the war, El Salvador started to rebuild. But there were still problems like crime and gangs, especially groups called MS-13 and Barrio 18. Even with these problems, El Salvador got better at education, building roads and things, and trading with other countries. Lately, El Salvador has gotten a lot safer. It's putting money into tourism, Bitcoin, and protecting nature. It's becoming a really cool place to visit, especially if you like surfing and exploring the outdoors. El Salvador is full of natural beauty, exciting adventures, and real culture, without all the crowds you find in some other places. El Tunco is on the Pacific coast. It's famous for its awesome waves, chill atmosphere, and fun nightlife. This pretty road goes through colorful towns, coffee farms, and weekend food festivals. This volcano, also called Ilamatepec, has one of the best hikes in Central America. The view is amazing. This lake is inside a volcano crater. It's perfect for a relaxing day or trying water sports. Suchitoto is a super charming town. It's known for art, history, and peaceful views. The capital city has historical places, modern art, and lots of yummy food. El Salvador has a tropical climate, which means it has a dry season and a rainy season. The dry season is perfect for the beach, hiking, and festivals. It's sunny and warm. In the rainy season, mornings are usually sunny, and it rains in the afternoon. Everything is green, and there aren't as many tourists. The best time to visit is between December and March. The weather is great, and there are lots of fun cultural things happening. El Salvador uses the US dollar. People speak Spanish in El Salvador, but lots of people in tourism speak some English too. The people of El Salvador, called Salvadoreños, are super friendly and welcoming. So that's El Salvador. Volcanoes, cool culture, and beautiful nature. Whether you're surfing, hiking, or exploring towns, El Salvador is a hidden gem in Central America. Come check it out. Hey everyone, and welcome to Equatorial Guinea. It's a small but super interesting country on the west coast of Africa. It has islands, mainland areas, cool old buildings from when it was a colony, and thick jungles. It's one of Africa's most special and hidden places. Let's explore its complicated history, its growing tourism, and what it's like today. Equatorial Guinea's history has colonialism, dictators, and a big change when oil was found. Equatorial Guinea used to be a Spanish colony. It's one of the few places in Africa where Spanish is still the main language. In 1968, it became independent and a republic, with Francisco Macias Nguema as its first president. Macias Nguema was a very bad president. Lots of people were killed or just disappeared, and the economy fell apart. In 1979, his nephew, Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo, took over and is still in charge today. In the 1990s, oil was found off the coast. This made Equatorial Guinea one of the richest countries in Africa, if you look at how much money each person have. But the money isn't shared fairly. There's still poverty, corruption, and people aren't allowed to say what they think. Equatorial Guinea is still pretty new to tourism, but it has amazing nature, culture, and lots of different plants and animals. Bioko Island is where the capital city, Malabo, is. It has black sand beaches, places where animals live safely, and old Spanish buildings. Malabo mixes old buildings with new ones, like the fancy Sipopo resort area. In the mountains of Bioko, Mocha is great for hiking and seeing rare birds. On the mainland, Monte Allen National Park is a hidden treasure with gorillas, elephants, and guided tours. Bata, the second biggest city, is lively and a good place to stop if you're exploring the mainland. December to February is perfect for hiking and exploring the coast. They use the Central African CFA franc, or XAF. Right now, in 2025, $1 is about 600 XAF. Take cash. There aren't many ATMs, and credit cards are only used in big hotels. Lots of people speak French for business, even though Spanish is the official language. Spanish is the official language. Equatorial Guinea is the only place in Africa where Spanish is the main language, but people speak other languages too. You'll also hear French, Fang, and Portuguese. So that's Equatorial Guinea: rainforests, modern cities, and old traditions. Whether you love adventure, nature, or exploring different cultures, this small country has a lot to offer. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more cool places and trips around the world. Welcome to Eritrea, a mysterious and beautiful nation on the Horn of Africa, where ancient cultures, Italian colonial architecture, and a fiercely independent spirit come together. Often called one of the world's least explored destinations, Eritrea is full of surprises. Let's explore its modern history, hidden wonders, and why it deserves a spot on your travel radar. Eritrea's modern story is one of colonialism, conflict, independence, and perseverance. Eritrea was an Italian colony from the 1880s to World War II, shaping much of Asmara's architecture and infrastructure. After World War II, Britain took control, and in 1952, the United Nations federated Eritrea with Ethiopia, setting the stage for future conflict. Eritreans fought a 30-year war of independence against Ethiopia, one of the longest liberation struggles in modern history. Victory was declared in 1991 and independence was officially recognized in 1993. A border war with Ethiopia from 1998 to 2000 led to ongoing tensions and international isolation. The government has been accused of strict authoritarian rule, compulsory military service, and limited press freedom. In 2018, Eritrea and Ethiopia signed a peace agreement, sparking hope for regional cooperation and reform. While challenges remain, Eritrea continues to protect its identity and sovereignty on its own terms. Eritrea remains off the beaten path, but for intrepid travelers it offers incredible sights and stories. Asmara, the capital, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site filled with Italian Art Deco architecture, palm-lined boulevards, and old-school charm. Once a bustling port, Massawa showcases Arab, Turkish, and Italian influences with crumbling colonial facades and coastal vibes. A group of over 100 islands in the Red Sea, the Dahlak Islands are perfect for snorkeling, diving, and isolation from the world. Kahaito, once part of the Aksumite Empire, offers archaeological sites and cliffside views that date back over 2,000 years. Nicknamed the Green Belt of Eritrea, this forested region is rich in biodiversity and hiking trails. Eritrea has diverse climates thanks to its geography, from highland cool to coastal heat. Asmara and the highlands are pleasant year-round, with temperatures between 15 and 25 degrees Celsius or 59 and 77 degrees Fahrenheit. The Red Sea coast, including Massawa and the Dahlak archipelago, is hot and humid, often exceeding 35 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Light rain usually falls between June and September in the highlands. For the most comfortable conditions across the country, it's best to travel between October and April. The official currency is the Eritrean Nakfa, abbreviated as ERN. As of 2025, $1 is approximately 15 ERN, though the exchange rate is fixed and regulated. Credit cards are rarely accepted, so it's best to bring cash in US dollars or euros to exchange at banks. And don't forget, foreigners must declare currency on arrival and keep receipts when exchanging. Eritrea is a multilingual nation, reflecting its ethnic diversity and colonial past. The official languages are Tigrinya, Arabic, and English. Other common languages include Tigray, Saho-Afa, and Italian, which is still spoken by the older generations. English is widely used in education and among younger people, especially in cities. Here are some useful phrases in Tigrinya. Hello is selam, thank you is yekenyele, how much is it is kemti iyu, yes is uwa, and no is ekonen. That's our journey through Eritrea, a land of resilience, rich heritage and breathtaking landscapes. From the streets of Asmara to the coral reefs of Dahlak, Eritrea offers an unfiltered travel experience like no other. Hey everyone, and welcome to Estonia. This awesome country blends fairy tale history with super cool technology. Located in northern Europe by the Baltic Sea, Estonia is one of Europe's most tech-savvy countries, but it's also home to magical forests, medieval castles and beautiful coastlines. Let's dive into Estonia's amazing journey from Soviet rule to a digital republic. Estonia's recent history has been all about occupation, independence, innovation and becoming part of Europe. The Soviet Union occupied Estonia in 1940, then Nazi Germany took over during World War II, and the Soviets came back in 1944. Under Soviet rule, life was hard for Estonians. They faced repression, deportations and limited freedoms, but their national identity stayed strong, even in secret. In the late 1980s, Estonians started the Singing Revolution. It was a peaceful movement for independence, using songs and unity as their weapons. By 1991, Estonia gained its freedom from the USSR without any violence. Since becoming independent, Estonia has become a world leader in digital government, cybersecurity and education. It joined the EU and NATO in 2004, started using the euro in 2011, and is now known as a tech-smart and open democracy. Estonia has the perfect mix of old castles, amazing nature and futuristic technology. Tallinn's Old Town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's packed with Gothic churches, old merchant houses and awesome city views from Toompea Hill. But right outside you'll find Estonia's exciting startup scene and its high-tech society. Tartu, home to the oldest university in the Baltic region, is the heart of Estonia's academic and cultural life. Estonia's largest islands are great for relaxing beaches, charming villages and bike rides. Only an hour from Tallinn, Lahemaa is perfect for hiking, seeing wildlife and exploring old Baltic German estates. Pärnu, a popular spot on the Baltic Sea, is famous for its spas, sand dunes and chill summer vibes. Estonia has 4 different seasons and each one is special. Spring brings fresh flowers and nice weather, great for exploring cities and the countryside. Summer has warm days, long sunsets and lots of outdoor events. Autumn offers colourful leaves and harvest festivals. Winter turns Estonia into a snowy wonderland, with cosy cafes and traditional Christmas markets. Come in summer for festivals and beach fun, or visit in December for Tallinn's famous Christmas market. Estonia is one of the easiest and most tech-friendly countries to travel to in Europe. Estonia uses the euro. Credit cards and paying with your phone are accepted almost everywhere. You can buy public transport tickets, museum passes, and even pay your taxes online or with an app. Budget hostels cost about 20 to 40 euros a night. Mid-range hotels are about 60 to 120 euros a night. Luxury hotels start at 150 euros or more per night. Street food and cafes will cost you about 5 to 10 euros. Restaurants are around 15 to 30 euros per person. Public transport in Tallinn is free for people who live there and very cheap for visitors. Buses and trains connect most towns easily. The official language is Estonian, but lots of people speak English, especially in cities and among younger people. Hello is tere, thank you is aita, how much is it is kui palju si maksab, yes is ja, no is I. Even saying a simple hello in Estonian is appreciated, but you'll be fine using English during your trip. So that was our trip through Estonia, a country that's super advanced, naturally beautiful and full of history. Whether you're exploring Tallinn's old streets or hiking in a pine forest, Estonia mixes the past and the future in a really cool way. Like the video and subscribe for more country explorations. Welcome to Eswatini, Africa's last absolute monarchy and one of its most culturally rich and scenic countries. Formerly known as Swaziland, Eswatini is small in size but big in royal traditions, natural beauty and welcoming hospitality. Let's dive into its journey from colonial legacy to modern nation and explore what makes Eswatini a hidden gem in southern Africa. Eswatini's story is one of royal legacy, British colonialism, independence and identity. In the early 1900s, Swaziland became a British protectorate, though traditional Swazi governance remained strong. On September 6, 1968, the country gained full independence from Britain with King Sobhuza II as head of state. In 1973, King Sobhuza II repealed the constitution and banned political parties, creating an absolute monarchy. His son, King Mswati III, has ruled since 1986, continuing the monarchy while facing calls for reform. In 2018, King Mswati III renamed the country Eswatini, its traditional name, marking 50 years of independence. Today, Eswatini balances modern development with deeply rooted traditions and royal customs. Eswatini offers safaris without the crowds, rich traditions and stunning mountain scenery. This protected area lets you walk or bike among animals with no large predators, perfect for safe and immersive safaris. Known as the Valley of Heaven, Eswatini is home to royal residences, hot springs and Swazi culture. Eswatini's largest park, Hlane, offers a chance to see the Big Five with guided drives and bush lodges. Learn about Swazi customs through traditional music, storytelling and dance performances near Mbabane. Hike up Sibibi Rock for epic views and a connection to ancient Swazi legends. Eswatini has a pleasant subtropical climate year-round with clear distinctions between wet and dry seasons. Cooler and best for hiking and wildlife spotting. Lush and green with afternoon showers. Ideal for birdwatching and cultural events. The dry season, especially June to August, is perfect for game viewing and outdoor adventures. Eswatini is easy to explore, affordable, and full of warm hospitality. Currency name, the Swazi Lilangeni, pegged 1-to-1 with the South African Rand. Exchange rate. As of 2025, $1 is approximately 18 Lilangeni. Both Lilangeni and Rand are accepted everywhere. Credit cards are accepted in most urban and tourist areas, but carry cash for rural stops. Accommodation budget, $20 to $40 per night. Mid-range lodges, $50 to $100 per night. Luxury stays, $120+ per night. Food and dining, local meals, $3 to $8. Restaurants, $10 to $25 per person. Transportation, minibuses are very cheap but have a limited schedule. Car rentals or private drivers are recommended for exploring the countryside. Eswatini has 2 official languages and many locals speak excellent English. Official languages Swati, also known as Siswati, and English. English usage widely spoken, especially in education, business and tourism. Hello, sawubona, thank you. Ngiyabonga. Yes. Yebo, no, cha, how are you? Unjani. Tip, greeting people respectfully in Siswati goes a long way and shows appreciation for the local culture. That's our journey through Eswatini, a kingdom of natural beauty, royal culture and peaceful charm. Whether you're watching a lion roam hiking in the hills or joining a traditional festival, Eswatini will surprise and inspire you. Welcome to Ethiopia. It's called the cradle of humankind. It's also known as the land of 13 months of sunshine. It's one of the oldest countries in the world with a really interesting culture. Ethiopia's history goes back thousands of years. It's the only country in Africa that was never completely taken over by another country. You can see this in how proud its people are, their traditions and who they are. Let's explore its exciting 20th century story and see why it's a top African travel spot today. Ethiopia's recent history is full of empires fighting back against invaders, revolution, and becoming a modern country. Emperor Haile Selassie ruled from 1930 to 1974. He helped Ethiopia become a modern country while keeping it independent. He famously resisted Italy trying to take over during World War II. Even though Italy invaded in 1935, Ethiopia was never completely colonized. This made it a symbol of freedom for all of Africa. After Selassie was removed from power in 1974, a military group called the Derg took over. This led to years of harsh rule, war, and people not having enough food. In the 1980s, a terrible famine brought the world's attention to Ethiopia, including the famous Live Aid concert. In 1991, the Derg was overthrown and Ethiopia became a democratic republic. Since then, Ethiopia has grown quickly, but it has also had problems between different groups within the country, including the recent Tigray War, which started in 2020. Even with these challenges, Ethiopia is working towards peace, development, and being a leader in its region. Ethiopia has ancient wonders, wild landscapes, and a deep sense of spirituality you won't find anywhere else in Africa. Built in the 1100s, the rock-carved churches of Lalibela are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. They're also a spiritual center for Ethiopian Orthodox Christians. Simien Mountains. These mountains are home to amazing hikes, rare animals, and incredible views from over 13,000 feet high. Addis Ababa. The capital city mixes history, diplomacy, and energy. It's home to the African Union, the National Museum, and Lucy, one of the oldest human ancestor fossils ever found. Aksum was once the capital of a great empire. It's known for its tall obelisks, stories of the Queen of Sheba, and where some people believe the Ark of the Covenant is kept. Omo Valley. Southern Ethiopia is home to many different indigenous groups. Visiting here gives you a look at cultures that are thousands of years old. Danakil Depression. This strange landscape is one of the hottest and lowest places in the world. It has lava lakes, camel caravans, and extreme adventures. Ethiopia's weather is different depending on how high up you are and where you are in the country. It's mild all year round in the highlands, with cool nights. It's hot and dry in the lowlands, especially between May and September. The rainy season is June to September in most areas, but you can still visit some parts. The best time to visit is between October and March for the best weather and festivals. The money they use is called the Ethiopian Birr, ETB. Right now in 2025, $1 is about 55 Ethiopian birr. Cash is best. You can only use credit cards in big hotels and banks. Change your money at official places to avoid being tricked. The main language in Ethiopia is Amharic, but there are over 80 different languages spoken across the country. Lots of schools teach English, and it's used in business and tourism, so it's easy for English speakers to communicate. Other common languages are Oromo, Tigrinya, Somali, Afar. That's our trip through Ethiopia, a land of long-lasting traditions, beautiful landscapes, and incredible history. Whether you're exploring ancient empires, trying amazing coffee, or hiking in the mountains, Ethiopia is a truly amazing experience. And that wraps up our adventure through the countries that start with the letter E. A journey across continents, climates, and cultures. From ancient history to modern innovation, these countries prove that E stands for extraordinary. Which country surprised you the most, or which one is now on your bucket list? Let us know in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed the journey, subscribe for more alphabetical world tours, hit the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Countries that start with the letter F are coming up next.